Yep, sounds like he turned on me. I'm almost always sober. You dumb fuck! Yeah. I order from Post, please. You don't want to miss the fucking game. I order from Post. Yes. Joseph. Ungarble. Wait. Uh-oh. Wait. Hold on.
Rob, Fox, Bichon, Friese.
I was like, all right.
Oh my God, Shuli. I thought about that. So funny that you said that.
Oh, sorry.
Mother, do you think they'll try and break my phone?
Mike, tell me more about the Houdini.
Man, I'm an idiot. I have feelings. Hold on. Bear with me.
I'm gonna shit all over the place.
Did you order me beer or not? Man. You're gonna fucking pay for all your sins, brah. Now fuck off. We are done. You're dead to me. You're a fucking loser.
Stay tuned for an emergency show.
And that is all I gotta say about that. What about this Wrangler?
Yeah, Johnny. I love you, Bob.
I'm coming, Jesus.
Completely unanticipated. What's the word I'm looking for? Always remember, Shuli is a dirty 30.
I mean, the shipping cost is insane.
This guy's a fucking troll.
Wow, I'm really fucking terrible at this.
What, Kev? Danny Broke, thanks for bucks Hyatt.
John desperately wants to be my co-host.
Dues pay ya! Dues pay ya! Dues pay ya! That's my... That ain't gonna fucking happen. Not dues pay out one shot. Dumb fuck. And fucking dues pay it. Fucking asshole. I would beat the fuck out of Shuli.
You're fat and you talk like a moron.
The only reality is mine.
Well,
Who the fuck am I? We doing it?
The only reality is mine.
Oh, I agree with you, mate.
Mike Morse, shut your fucking mouth.
I was like, all right.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn it. I just lost my train of thought.
I am in class. Everyone say hi to Miss Meanie. I'll tell you later.
Hello?
Oh, that is dog shit.
Rob, Fox, Bichon, Friese.
That's fucking disgusting, dude.
Point Dabble Point. A Stuttering John Melendez roundtable discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to Point Dabble Point. They said it wouldn't last when it started, actually. Then they said it wouldn't last when he left. And we're waiting for this thing to end, but it has yet to end. Joining me today, the great Anthony Zenhauser, and of course, you know him, you love him. His brother was almost mortally wounded by Kevin Brennan this past weekend in Atlantic City. Karl Heberger.
Two people almost died in Atlantic City. My brother and Tookie.
Wow!
Thank goodness they survived.
Tragedy. They were almost all gone. All of them, as they say. Welcome everybody. A lot to get to in the week of Stuttering John, and a little Dabbleverse too. We got to talk little Atlantic City, but I just want to welcome everybody here first. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're not, hit notification so you know when we're live, like tonight at 8. Normally we do 2 blunder years a week for tier 1 members. We're going to do a free one this week for you tonight at 8. We're going to be listening to Howard Stern telling John to abort his child. An amazing piece of radio history that we have yet to sit down and dissect. So I'm looking forward to that tonight at 8.
Did Howard do that? Because John's never brought that up. I would imagine that would bother him.
I stumbled onto it. I had no idea this even went down this way. So, and he almost talks him into it at one point, I think, from what somebody tells him.
He made some good points.
Yeah, he was just showing Gary as an example, basically, the whole time.
Yeah, John tried to do it, but he screwed up and aborted his career by accident.
Got a little mixed match there. So yeah, we'll be doing that tonight at 8, and hit subscribe and all that stuff, and get yourself a membership, tier 1 or tier 2, or turn on accept gifted membership. Link is in the description. Gentlemen, even though he's gone from broadcasting, kind of, he's been active on Twitter. That has not stopped. The show is just one tweet at a time now. And the real amazing story from this past week is what I like to call the Kate Meanie tapes massacre that occurred on one Rob Saul's channel. This thing was so hyped up. Rob was so excited. He took notes. Did you know that he took notes?
He had pages of notes. He was ready to go.
I don't think he could read his writing because he stared at those notes for about 48 minutes.
Rob, hey, Rob, stop it, Rob.
Yeah. And it was such a fucking debacle, that show. It was and who saw it coming? How about everyone? Were you surprised, Karl, at anything in that show?
Yes, I was surprised that Rob decided to nod off on the one show that he knew everyone would be watching. This was his big chance. He was going to be named the new Duke of the Dabbleverse. Everything he's ever wanted, just be able to read insults $2 at a time and make a living like John has for the last couple of years. And here's this big opportunity. And gosh, I guess he should have bought like a light beer. Maybe. In hindsight, 2020, I understand, but
maybe just 3. Maybe just 3
instead of 4. Could it last 2 hours on your own fucking show, Rob? Did he actually start it earlier than usual? Because John can't be sober very late at night, so they started it earlier than usual, and he couldn't pull it off.
Well, you had Rob passing out, you had John pussing out and not putting his camera on, and there are a lot of theories as to why. One that I've heard that seems to be floating around a lot is that he got banged up, either owed money or fell in a drunken, stupor, but might be missing a tooth, might have some facial marks worse than the ones he normally has. So were you surprised? No camera. I mean, I guess that's a weird thing in his head where he's like, I'm still not in if the camera's not on, type of thing, right?
Well, technically we did see him. Right. Because in order to play his little intro song, he only knows how to do that in StreamYard, which was the wildest thing. They had to show him in his StreamYard hitting the button in order to do that. And so you could see him. Now, it wasn't a great image, and you had to zoom in. I know you guys did that. I did that on my show as well. And I didn't see like missing teeth or anything like that, but he also wasn't talking much when he was on.
Right. He was just... So, he looks worse every time you see him, which is
I heard his mom has ties to the Danish mafia. That's what I heard. And she made a few phone calls to collect.
So you didn't see that post-sex glow that John had as he claims that he christened his Cape Coral bed? That was the craziest thing. He's been bragging about girls from Costa Rica and Vietnam and threesomes. And then he comes out and he goes, yeah, I finally got laid in my bedroom in Cape Coral. Like, what?
So can I give you my theory on this?
Please.
First of all, let's start with, let's finish up the Kate Meanie discussion. Just remind me about this woman theory and why he didn't go to Atlantic City, because I want to bring up Atlantic City after this and him just lying for days about going there, which seemed to be the norm for most attending Atlantic City.
No one thought John was going to be in Atlantic City. No one was surprised he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Everyone knew he was lying.
So the tapes bomb horribly. It's
worse than bombing.
There was talk about a nothing burger with cheese.
It's worse than that. He starts the tape up, and we'll get there. I don't want to jump ahead of ourselves, but I just want to point this out. On his own show, after Rob failed, he goes, okay, I guess I got to do it. So he goes on his show, and the first thing he plays is Kate calling him a loser.
Yeah.
Like what? Why don't you start 7 minutes in on that one shot? She's just ripping you a new asshole, and you're going, okay, all right, okay.
Well, and Frog brought up a great point where he's like, Rob's announcing and John's announcing, we're not going to grift you guys like the shit way. And meanwhile, they're on day 2 of playing the same shitty tapes and waiting to be super chatted for it.
And no super chats right under $4.99. So obviously he's looking for super chats.
One thing I can tell you is that Rob made better money with the tapes than John did. Yeah. And, I can imagine John, if he didn't have an agreement ahead of time, definitely threw in that little, hey, you did pretty good.
Yeah, well, Rob dressed up for it. John can't even be seen. Rob actually put on a spiffy outfit.
I mean, what an outfit. Zen, out of all the gay shirts we've seen him in, that one was something else, huh?
Definitely the shiniest. For sure.
Yeah.
Had a lot of. I think it would be less gay if there were sparkles on it. It was pretty gay, and I like and piggybacking to what you guys said about the not grifting them like we do.
Yeah.
Again, Rob said we're only reading super chats tonight. We're not reading anything that is not a super chat, which he did. He didn't stick to that because he got so drunk he can't keep track. But
drunk,
Yeah. Again, for legal purposes, possibly, in my honest opinion, goosed out of his mind on pills.
Right.
But, in my opinion. But so we're not. The grift is real because these guys do need money. John needs money. I think John was actually expecting money, even though he goes, "I'm doing this. I'm only doing this for you, Rob. I just want to get." I think there was still some sort of transaction made.
Well, he's only announcing that for us. You understand?
Right.
If it's already worked out that he doesn't want money, then why do you need to announce it to Rob? Right? He's announcing it so we hear it, so we can be like, what a swell guy. Look at that.
And then he brings it onto his channel the day after because he's like, oh, why don't I make money off of this? What am I, retarded?
He's like, Rob made money. Somebody went in his army, goes, you know how much that guy made? He's like, you know what? I'll play it on my channel. So
let's talk about the audio real quick. This was one of the funniest things about this is that a guy sends him the audio file. And John's like, how am I going to play this on my show? It's an audio file. What do you mean? You could easily play that on your show in a plethora of ways. John only knows YouTube.
Yep.
So he tries to upload it to YouTube. YouTube goes, yeah, we're actually looking for a .mov or .mp4, something that's like a video because this is a video site. And so John's like, oh, fuck, how am I going to do this?
I don't speak robot. What's it saying?
Imagine this, though, and this is such a boomer move, is that he already has a file with digital audio on it, and his only plan is to play it on his computer and record it to his phone by holding the phone near the speaker of his computer in order to get an audio file of it. You already have an audio. What are you doing? Why would you do that? So the audio is garbage. It cannot be heard. It is so quiet that it's unlistenable, especially on John's show. At least Rob was able to figure out how to boost it up and get it listenable. But John, and then when people complain they can't hear it, he goes, "Oh, let's just fucking turn your speakers up, assholes!" Like, no, but John, when you talk, then you're blaring. When you make the elephant noise, it blows up my eardrums, so I can't just turn it up, idiots.
It's somehow always our problem,
right?
No matter how much of a plate of shit he serves us, it's somehow our fault.
Always telling us to fuck off.
What do you got? Joe F. No more gifteds? What happened? Yeah, there's always gifted going around, pal. What are you talking about? I mean, what are we doing here? Anyways, bring out the dolt. Akko, who knocked Stuttering John's teeth out and how do I give him money? I don't know exactly yet.
Is there a GoFundMe for that?
Oh, been a minute. Club 102, Resita's hottest gay bar. Hey, Karl, you once said VTM has spectrum disorder. Do you still believe that?
I still do believe that, even more so now than ever before.
Found my notes, lost my consciousness, though. Hey, it happens, dude. It happens. Good to see you, brother. Hey, my man, Shuli. Always good to see the Zenmeister, too. Karl?
Oh.
Hi,
Karl.
hi, Weetod. Wait a minute. I got it.
I'm not buying the Stuttering John puppet. It's too handsome.
Oh, that's a lie, Spider. I know one when I hear one. Okay. So speaking of tapes and audio being shitty, what we've been doing for Tapeuary, getting everybody ready for season 2 of the tapes, is taking full-length calls from season 1 and breaking them down into 10-minute increments. And we have one for Point Dabble Point.
Nice.
That I want to get to. But before we get to that, I just want to jump ahead to John lying for days on end about going to Atlantic City. I know for a fact that this weekend he had a cleaning woman that was coming to his place to clean that was charging him $300.
Whoa.
But refused, drew the line at the litter box.
Okay, how do you know this information?
Let's just say the Stuttering John Army has leaks left and right.
Holy shit.
And John cannot keep his mouth shut. It's the same mistake all the time, right? So why are the litter boxes so important to clean, Karl? Because pop-up visits are still on the table.
All right.
Yes. So, but think about this. Rather than cleaning the litter boxes, he went out and bought new litter boxes.
Well, they probably were at the point where that was the right move, would be my guess. But I have a question for you. I don't, we don't have a cat anymore.
Yeah.
But professional cleaners, they don't clean litter boxes, do they? Is that part of their services?
No, I mean, we've had
that's a whole other
services.
thing.
You don't ask them to, you go pick up the dog shit in the yard too,
right? Like, I mean, they probably like vacuum up if the litter gets out around the box and it's kind of messy, but they're not taking the shit out for you. That's not what their job is. They got to vacuum in a duster.
Yeah, if they're shitting on the carpet, they'll clean it. I imagine. But yeah, and a litter box. I'm not sure how. I've owned cats for a while. I've never seen a litter box get to a point where I'm like, oh, I got to throw that out. That's toast.
Could you imagine when John did go to New York for 2 weeks over the Christmas holiday, what it looked like when he got home? Because he described that he had to go to the store and buy bleach and other cleaning components and was scrubbing that floor. Like that whole house had to be covered in shit, cat shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not even talking about the smell, right?
Oh,
the
God.
smell.
By the way, there's no way John knows it smells bad. He's nose blind.
Right. Everywhere he goes smells like cat piss. Forever.
Right.
Forever. It's burned into his nasal passages.
I mean, those cats shit and pissed in his car all the way across the country and back practically. His car, I don't know how much cleaning you could do. You can't get that smell out of there.
Dude, it's going to smell like one of two things. Cat piss or vinegar. whatever you're trying to clean.
Could you imagine the Carfax report on that thing? It's never been an accident, but it did get 2 cats shitting in it 53 times between Nevada and Pennsylvania.
We're working on a new product for TSN. I haven't even talked to Shuli about this. I went over his head. I went right
Thumbs
to
up.
our
I
sponsors.
approve.
You know the Yankee candle?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're coming out with the yucky candle.
Nice. Yep.
The yucky candle. It's just going to be, the first one's going to be John. It's going to be stale Coors Light and cat shit. That's going to be the signature smell of TSN.
Well, I wouldn't make too many of those. So why don't you do a prototype first and see what happens?
Oh,
Gwyneth Paltrow made a fucking candle out of her vagina.
Yeah.
I'm sure this will work too. We have a celebrity on our own hands.
Yeah, listen to Mr. Shark Tank over here. Because
I'm not investing.
Yeah, because of that, I'm out. I'm out, guys. Sorry.
We know who would like it. Your BFB brother, Karl. He would love it.
So while he's sitting here, tweeting, I'll be looking for, tweeting a picture of a hotel room, saying these hotel rooms are tiny. The whole time I'm like, I know what he's really doing and why he can't go. And again, it just gives you a glimpse. Understand, 99% of the time he's opening his mouth, he's lying.
So why couldn't he go? What was he really doing aside from not getting his litter boxes cleaned by
He had to get the house clean because he's expecting a visit from animal control again.
Okay. So that was his big weekend. Okay.
See, I don't buy it. I don't buy that because one, he already left after he got the citation. He wasn't supposed to leave the house without the cats unsupervised the whole time he left the first time. And two, he said people paid for his trip. So if you hear that, you're pretty much you can bet your ass that he's going. If somebody paid for his trip and they paid for his room, he said that's what was going on. So that's I believed him.
No, I agree with you there. If somebody were to cover it, he would have gone. He would have said, Maria, whatever your name is, you take care of it. Here are the keys. Leave them here. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Right.
I could totally see that. But the days of people paying John to show up and be John are over.
There's one tiny guy who would do that. And I don't think he made the offer this time around because he was being entertained by other buffoons in his room.
Yeah. Yes, he's buying John's love back one delivery at a time.
Right.
And whatever it takes, The guy's passionate and he won't stop.
But think about how embarrassing that is, to your point, Zen, where John says, I'm going to Atlantic City. He's lying about going to Atlantic City, but has to say someone is paying for it all in order for us to believe him.
Right.
I think how sad that is. Just like, there's no way this guy would buy a ticket. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I wouldn't. Someone did it for me.
You won't believe it unless somebody's flipping the bill for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, he's sitting here tweeting out how cool he is in a layer of cat piss and shit, just surrounded by filth and dirt, going, yeah, somebody paid me $3,000. That's how it goes, guys.
But this is why he's so upset about Trump getting elected, because the only people who will clean that house are being deported now. How's he going to find someone?
So true.
Let me tell you something. Great, thanks. Now I got nobody to help me. If Trump came out on a podcast where he goes, you know who I love? Is that Stuttering John. He's got one hell of a show. John would be like, you know what? I was wrong about that guy. He's all right.
Yeah, Richard Ojeda voted for Trump, and then Trump called him a lunatic, and he decided that he hated Trump more than anyone else in the world. Like, that's all it takes with these people.
So back to Atlantic City, I got to ask your brother, Grant, nice guy. Sometimes he doubles for me here on the channel when I can't. I got a family thing. Was accosted verbally by one Kevin Brennan. Stevie Lou was in between the two gentlemen.
Right. Second year in a row, by the way, that Kevin has done this to my brother. my brother was walking up to him to shake his hand.
And it should be the name of the weekend in Atlantic City, the Screaming Grant's Face weekend. Hey, guys, get your tickets.
Oh, yeah, fuck kill Kevin. Let's just bring Grant up on the stage and Kevin can yell at him.
Poor Grant, again, he doesn't have a show. He's not shitting on Kevin. He's, and Kevin is down there with Stevie Lou. He's got his hood on. You saw the pictures of him in the casino disguised so nobody would recognize him. And then apparently starts yelling at your brother, F slurs and other stuff. But it kind of reminds me in middle school where dudes would go shoulder to shoulder and just walk around and be like, you throw the first punch. You throw the first punch. And nobody wanted to fight,
Yeah. Dick Masterson calls this rubbing nipples.
Yes.
These assholes who just get rubbed. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Like, all right, guys. It's very gay to rub nipples together.
Which would make sense if both of those guys, if Grant and Kevin were circling each other trying to see who would throw the first punch. But Carl's brother's like, I don't know what happened. He's like, I like Kevin. He's a nice guy. I just want to go say hi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you talk to Grant since then? What's his take on everything?
Yeah. Grant had a great time and had a blast with everybody. Kevin was the only one who had a problem with him. And it was a rerun of last year. He's gone through this before where Kevin wants to yell at me real badly and sees my brother and goes, next best thing. I'll just yell at him instead.
Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think if you were there, would he do this stunt? Or do you think he does it because it's Grant and it's not?
That's a good question because, Kevin Brennan pretends to be like angry at all these people and then he's just totally cool with them when he actually sees them out. And aside from my brother, who has nothing to do with anything,
right?
He's talking to Melton and Rocco and Ray and Chad and like everybody's there hanging out together. So I don't know if Kevin would be as performative in front of me. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I know what happens when Mike Morse meets him in real life. He shakes his hand. That's what happened at that screening.
Right.
And he had Stevie Lou with him. But apparently, again, he caused a scene, I heard, in the poker room and was asked to leave. And,
Which one? Kevin or
Kevin.
Steve? Oh.
Yeah, Kevin Brennan was calling the dealer the worst dealer he's ever had before. He didn't like the way the dealer pushed his chips after he won a hand to him. And so he's swearing at her. And then the pit boss comes over. And the pit boss is like, all right, we'll just deal him out for a hand. And then he gets even more irate. So then they kick him out and he like flips a table over on his way out of the poker room.
No.
He was only sitting there for 10 minutes and he got kicked out of the table. Like Rocco and Melton were at the same table watching this.
I love that.
I mean, he's got to be careful. AC is like old school Vegas. They'll just pull you in under the fucking boardwalk and beat the shit out of you and leave you there. Like,
but Kevin has to be performing and he's got this tough guy persona that he really wants people to think is real. He's a feeble old man.
Well, he also knows that a pit boss or a dealer isn't going to get up and fucking punch him in his face. So again, it's like yelling at Grant.
Yes.
You want security to go there with a cattle prod after the pit boss goes.
That's what I'm saying.
We got an MLC on table 3.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, loud.
They all broke kayfabe this weekend, ruined my Dabbleverse view.
Oh, dude, fucking Chad Zumach's on there. He's the biggest shit stirrer in the world, is the mud shark and all this stuff. And then he just is this weird, awkward guy who shakes a lot and doesn't confront anyone. He was talking about how he was going to make it awkward. Oh, when I see Patrick Melton, when I see Rock, I'm going to make it awkward for them. They better not be on my side of the Borgata, man. I'll tell you that. And then he does, he just stands around and talks to people and hands out lanyards.
Well, maybe he meant the shaking would be awkward for the other person.
It is. Yeah, that part is weird.
He shakes? What is that?
I don't know. It's been reported to me by multiple people, multiple times they've seen Chad. I don't know if he's a nervous guy and he's got anxiety or if it's DTs. I don't know what it is, but it seems like he's not in a good place.
Go a little column A, column B.
Could be.
How about that? We'll throw a little salt and pepper into that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back when we hung out if he shook. I don't think he did. I don't recall. So, look, I'm not saying everybody should have showed up and started, it should be a tables, ladders, and chairs match in the fucking casino.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm not saying, be violent, but it's like so many people talked shit about each other for so long and said such awful shit about each other. And without hesitation, the minute they see each other, it's like, hey, man, how we do? Selfie? Do I do a selfie real quick?
Let's talk about the worst offender of that. Rob Saul and Debbie, or whoever that is. I think she's from Nice Podcast Stupid. but her and Rob were doing stuff together, and then she blasted Rob, and then Rob blasted her, and like the worst things you can say about a person are being said about each other. And then they meet up, and Rob's like, "Hey, can I get you a beer?" Yeah, and then they're out podcast or they're streaming together.
Well, I mean, that was evident in the email he sent you, the email he sent Cumia, you know, all these people that as soon as John was exiting or left, all of a sudden Rob was like, "Hey, I was going through some stuff, and you know, that's why I called your wife a cunt. You know, I was
right. Yeah,
I wasn't sleeping well at night.
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, so I called your wife to see her for 20 minutes straight.
Yeah,
I'm having problems with impressions.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There's Deb. What a disgusting pig. Deb, you want a beer? You got it.
Hey, I'm Deb. Hey, I'm Deb.
Oh, I have it. Hold on.
I'm Cat from Saturday Night Live. I'm Deb. Yeah.
You wonder why these people are all lonely. The one thing that we have in common with these people is they all are looking for friends, and it's so sad because they're adults past middle age, and all they're looking for is friendship in life, and they can't help themselves but to call everyone they know the worst names possible whenever they're streaming.
All I kept thinking of, I can't imagine having the room next door to Brennan's when everybody was in there doing that screen fest they were doing.
Yeah, the chanting and shit.
Yeah.
I love when people say that was a good show. Did you watch it?
Well,
was it a good show?
What, the hotel room show?
Yeah.
It's good for a hotel room show.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if I got 60 of my stranger middle-aged fat friends in a room together, and had Ray DeVito as the headliner, yeah, it's a great show.
It'd be great.
And
I just want to stop by and say you both can gargle on my beanbag, and Rob fucks Bichon Frige.
Bichon Frige.
That was a free chat, by the way. He read.
And Chad's big brag was, yeah, you know, if we would have done that event, if we would have done Kill Kevin, it would have been just like that show from the hotel room. Would have done like that. I was like, you would have?
Yeah,
that's what you're charging $20 for?
He's right. It wouldn't have been mic'd properly.
Yep.
One wouldn't have been great.
Only one camera people have to try to get in front of, and Teamster Tim up on stage the whole time uninvited. Yeah, it would have been that.
But it was funny. Like the day before, they're like, all of them were like, "Fuck, win by 2. Fuck John. He didn't do shit." And then they're in Atlantic City together. Like, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He's cool.
You know?
He's cool.
He did a lot. So it was a lot of back and forth. But hey, man, if people went out and had a good time, that's all that fucking matters.
Right.
You know. And
as long as Tookie got assaulted, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun case to read about. I called him; he couldn't pick up because
his shoulder is fucked. Man.
Yeah. Also, my name came up. That was another reason. But wife and I have some vacation planning to do. Hedonism fills up fast in the spring. We need to do DabbleCon 3 dates so we can plan around. We are meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
Finalize the date. We believe we have a location, and we should finalize the date tomorrow. So news will be coming soon. That puppet looks like it's breathing. Shuli, burn that thing, please.
Could you imagine if that thing came to life?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see the clip?
I did.
Oh my God, dude.
It's scary AF.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, Bruce Lee said, no man can rest until he's faced his demons.
Mm-hmm.
And I put mine right behind me, motherfucker. Let's dance. Justice for Grant, FKB.
Yeah. Thanks, Reels.
Reels. Everybody loves Reels.
Everybody loves Reels. That's the one takeaway from AC. Everyone loves Reels.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know. I pinch those cheeks first, motherfucker. That Reels is an OG around these parts. Man, that dude is just a sweetheart of a guy. Really is. Given that plastic is porous, I'd reckon that John's old kitty litter was more poop than plastic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Plus, if you're not cleaning out the piss and you're not replacing the litter, it all just becomes this mud. It's bad.
Can't even imagine. Do you think he was building castles in that thing?
Dude, it's like you can walk on it. You're not going to sink. Solid. Kevin held my hand and made me sweaty. What's up, Monkey? Good to see you, pal. 22 months. Whatnot, Chaser. KB's a threat to your brother, Karl. He better watch his back or he'll be buried in Grant's tomb.
Oh, I see what you did there.
The Looney Tunes critic, ladies and gentlemen. Give him some love. Every part of the Dabbleverse is awkward. I hear those kids are losers. Oh, thank you, Bob. Did you see the Stuttering John tweet? I look forward to the day I run into Lady K. Did you see that?
I did. I saw it on Dabbleverse Anonymous because I can't see John's tweets.
Neither can I.
John is private his Twitter, and only certain people are allowed to see his tweets. But then he goes on and threatens me. What kind of pussy move is that where you're trying to communicate to somebody and tell them how tough you are, but you can't allow them to see it because you're afraid of them seeing your tweets?
That's we didn't fucking touch that picture, by the way. Put that up again. Look at his fucking weird ass eyes. Look at that shit.
Yep.
Oh.
Like a doll's eyes.
My, hey, hey. That dumb fuck said, by the way.
How does Mike ruin the show without being here?
I mean, it's really Frog. I let him shut it off, idiot. I let him have his fun back there.
Yeah, next time, put him on the screen and then make him endure that.
How often is Stuttering John going over his divorce PDF on his desktop? Is he looking for loopholes 10 years later? Okay, this is an interesting thing that just popped up on Dabblers. I saw somebody.
Whoa! You didn't read the end of that.
What?
Super chat.
Oh, go Bills!
How sad was that? We would have played so much better against the freaking Eagles. Holy shit, that was pathetic with the Chiefs. Bills should have won that game. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Listen, I gotta tell you, I saw your MVP quarterback in this clip getting love from all these kids in this hospital.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty moving.
Oh my! I started bawling because I'm like, Karl wanted to trade this guy in week 4. That's why I was crying.
I was like, coping.
What a piece of shit Karl is. This kid's got 2 weeks to live, and he's like, "I love you, Josh. Congrats!" Like he got out of chemo for that. That's how awesome this guy is.
Sorry, your bone marrow's low. Karl has a problem with this guy.
Hey, you guys want to hear this 10-minute audio?
Well, you were gonna. I'm sorry, I threw us off track. You were gonna comment on the divorce.
Oh yes,
document.
So yeah, on Dabbler's Frog, if you want to find it, there is someone kind of enlarged portion of his desktop, and you can see what he has saved on his desktop. And one of the files is a PDF regarding his divorce, which
was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So he's keeping this, and these are new. This is a different computer than he used to have. Divorce.pdf.
And then DS11, somebody said, is passport information. Pension PDF. Well, I can't see the bottom. Oh yeah, pass PDF. Okay.
Yeah, that's a list of all the comedy clubs that don't want to have them there.
Hold on, that red spot images. That's where the pictures of my kids are.
Okay, nice. So do you think he's going through that paperwork and trying to figure out if he overpaid Susanna and he has any money coming back to him? Like he's looking for anything he can get as far as getting money back.
It's the one time he looks professional. He's got glasses on and a calculator, and he's going, all right, let me see where this bitch robbed me.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's again, John proving in so many ways that he cannot and will not move on.
I'm still curious about that whole kids' college fund thing. I wonder if that has something to do with the divorce. Maybe there's something in the divorce that has something to do with the college fund.
Yeah, you know what? Being turned down for that money that he tried to backdoor, maybe he's getting litigious. He's getting drunk and bringing out the paperwork.
Well, he had to pretend to be best friends with his brother-in-law for the past 15 years. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of work to have to pretend to be friends with somebody.
I was thinking about that as well, Zen. What you just said is him, because he always said, other than he's cheap, he always said the most amazing things about this guy, Doug, for a while. Out of nowhere, he would brag about him.
Yeah.
And I think he did that at the time where Doug was just starting to watch his show. So he kind of set the hook that way, and kept up the fucking the act as long as he could until it's inevitable. Everybody sees John for who he is at some point, even family.
Well, as you know, they never really respected him as per the last time he was over for Christmas, I believe it was, or no, during the election.
The wedding reception.
Wedding reception was a problem.
Wedding reception, but then he was over his his brother-in-law's house.
Oh, when they were watching Fox News, and he almost fought his brother-in-law. He almost punched him in the face because he came out of the bathroom, and they were clowning him. And he's like, "Are you talking about me?" They're like, "No, John, we're not making fun of you." Of course they were.
Right. He has a weird thing. This is just a side piece of business here, because I listened to an audio episode of Stern. Artie and John were playing, I think, a club in Arizona or in LA. No, it was LA. Artie was playing there. Artie offered John a guest spot. This is when he was booed off the stage.
Yes. A lot happened at this gig. Yes.
Well, what's interesting, they don't get into any of that on Howard, but what they do bring up, and Sam Simon, the creator, one of the creators of The Simpsons, who was tight with Artie back then, tells this story of how John goes into the green room bathroom with like 7 people sharing this green room and takes not only a smelly shit, but Sam said the noises that he goes, I thought he was doing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, the noises coming out of that room. He said he had no consideration. The toilet wasn't flushed all the way. Then they had to get a janitor to come in there because the toilet got fucking screwed. And and he wasn't even working with the show then. He was on Leno.
Right.
Artie gave him a guest spot. And
he was going to fight people in the audience who were heckling him. He wanted to go out and fight. They'd all hold him back.
Karl, he went up to the balcony, Karl. You know what a commitment that is? It's crazy. Yeah, so but my point in bringing that up is he's always shitting in front of people and around people.
Yep.
That's that might be like a unknown kink that he has.
Or is it like a territorial thing, where he's marking that like, oh, you guys didn't think I belonged on this show? I definitely do belong on this show. I own this fucking green room.
Yeah. I'll show you, Artie.
Yeah.
I think he might think, because again, it's an ongoing theme, especially in One Too Many. He wrote, I have to take a shit in this. Like there has to be
it's one of the biggest scenes. And then he has to wipe his ass with $20 bills. I mean, it's hilarious. You can't get enough of it.
Oh, and I forgot the most important part of the story was that as soon as he was done taking a shit, he didn't wash his hands, and he comes out and shakes Sam Simon's fiance's hand, his girlfriend's hand. So,
I was going to bring that up, and it disgusts me so much that he doesn't wash his hands after he shits.
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Like, if I'm performing, I don't take a shit in the green room bathroom.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
I shit in my house.
Yeah.
I just shit at home like a normal person. But John, he's trying to convince us that he got laid recently. It's like, I'm sorry, all of us are living in reality. So we see what we see. We know what's going on here. You're not attracting anyone to you. You don't wash your hands after you take a shit. It's disgusting.
Yep. Go. How do you spell bills?
2 L's. 2.
Yeah, Bills, I believe. Can we have a Reels day? He is the standard. I'm not opposed to that.
So Reels is a TSN cocksucker, right?
Yeah, he's our favorite. Thanks, guys, for the laughs. Oh, by the way, F the birds. Boom.
You said it last time. You said it this time. You just said by the way retard.
He's here in spirit.
This is worse than the Geraldo Al Capone Bowl.
I know. Love all the shows. Bring back the old drunk shows when he looked like Manson. We have episodes we've never watched.
Yeah,
It's
a lot.
Yeah, we gotta get to some of those. I swear to God, that puppet is telling me to hurt everybody, especially Mike Morse and those stupid songs.
I want to point out when you play the song parodies, it's a million times better than that stupid AI shit you guys play out here. The Morse verse stuff.
Oh my God, I hate the Morse verse. Hate it.
Carl, we all feel that way.
Okay,
we're under contract with Morse first.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a lot of stuff on Shuli. I want to get into it, but
Mike knew. I want to say this. I owe him a 30-minute show somehow. So it's gonna, on the set of One Too Many, he took a real shit in the prop toilet and then had to apologize to the crew. He has a shit fetish.
It could be a fetish, or it could be someone in the chat said he's got a nervous tummy. It could very well be that too.
What are the odds? You're a betting man. What are the odds that two people both worked for Howard Stern at one point in their lives, both shit in a prop toilet? What are the odds of that?
Wait, who's the other one?
Me.
Oh, okay. You want credits?
People who shit in prop toilets shouldn't throw stones.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm guilty. The late great Sam Simon invited me to the set of the Drew Carey show, and I had a bad stomach that day, and I ran into what I thought was like a bathroom, like a porta potty.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Was there plumbing hooked up to it?
Oh wait, the best part, I'm blowing everything out, right? It's ridiculously bad. And as I'm sitting there, I look up and there's no ceiling, it's just open on top. And then I look down and I see a pallet and I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
Who gives a shit?
And then I go to hit the toilet and it just clinks. The handle just bounces around.
Yep.
And I don't want to call you a big retard to your face, Shuli, but you were a plumber.
I had to shit.
Fucked up.
I had to shit so bad I didn't factor in anything.
He's a high school dropout, Zen.
Yeah,
That's true.
Hey, I came out. I went right to Sam. I looked him in the eyes and I said, "My mom fell down. I have to run home."
You gotta finish the story. Did you ever tell that story?
Yeah, well, so wait, here's the real end to the story. So like 9 months later, 9 months, right? He out of the blue calls me and invites me to his estate in LA for movie night, right? Yes. So I show up. Here's who's there. Weird Al.
Oh,
Kelsey Grammer, Drew Carey, Kelsey's wife at the time, that chick Camille, who used to go on Howard with him and stuff. Drew Carey and Michael and Bruce Buffer, the Buffer brothers.
Oh, sick.
And me, right? Which I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And we have dinner, and then we go into Sam's movie theater in his house. And the lights go down, and the movie's about to start, and he leans over and he whispers to me, "My toilet's flush here." He said that to me in my ear. 9 months.
Of course, Shuli's on camera running out of that little prop toilet bowl.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. You forgot he went into the restroom with chicken wings. Oh, that's right. He did. He went in there with food. Karl, play a funny drop or two.
Drop. Asking you shall receive. It's a drop.
Hello, gentlemen. Oh, hey, Don.
Oh, hey, Rabbit Weasel.
Brian, property value of Stuttering John's house. Oh, down 100K or 150K. Karl, you would know.
Who knows? I get reports from people that my property value is plummeted. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's the same reason John was taken off of Howard's potato microwaving duties. He was caught not washing his hands after taking his shit. The job was then passed on to Grillo. Skull. Grillo working on a book that's going to be coming out soon.
Yay.
John still
he was is he reading it?
Well, no, I'm saying wait till it comes out.
Ugh.
You don't know.
Grillo.
Don't judge. John still sucks. World makes sense. Love you, boys. Thank you, Weasel Tails. Okay, I want to play a little season 1 of the tapes. We got a 10-minute portion for you here, gearing you up for season 2. Season 2 is coming right around the corner. Thank you guys for joining us. A little over 1,400 in here. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify, member up, all that good stuff. It's Tapeuary. Let's go.
This one's for you, Shuli, in the memory of my dead father and for the repenting of my sins of the Dabbleverse. I bring to you a conversation between Kate Meanie and Stuttering John, a.k.a. Kate Lena. Skull!
That's a soldier right there. Am I not hearing it, or
this is in real time?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me really speed it up a little.
Might want to put it in fake time for us.
Hi, John.
Yeah, guys, feel free to edit dead air.
Yeah, we're doing the thing that we make fun of John for doing.
Exactly.
They said they wanted to hear all of it.
I get it. I get it. They don't know exactly how much dead air.
You didn't tell me not to edit it out.
All right.
Fires?
Yes, you overheard the
Yeah, $20 and ones.
no, it was like my girlfriends and I were out the other night and we went to the strip club and hung out.
No, sounds like it's fun. So I don't care, Kate. If you went with that guy, I don't give a shit. I mean, you don't have to lie to me.
He didn't end up coming to New York.
So already you see how possessive he is and how weird he is with Kate. This is season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
This reminds me of something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to derail as I want to listen to this, but John has all of a sudden tried to return back to, guys, you all know I was just trying to help her because, Gino left the show up where she was talking about anal and everyone's making fun of her. And he's pretending that all of us are just going to forget that, you're not buying her ring lights anymore. You're trying to fuck her in her apartment, John. No one thinks you were just trying to help her out because you're just a great guy.
Yeah, and that was actually a pretty great reveal in that new tape. Was that John did a leave behind, but he left himself behind so he could go home with Kate. What a creep move.
Yeah, but this is so wild. Anyone listening to this would just know that it's this is a guy who sounds like he wants to be her boyfriend.
Yeah,
obviously.
And a cuck where he's like, you can fuck other dudes. I don't care. I'll be here.
Yeah, just tell me how big their penis is and explain it to me and describe it.
Exactly.
But he bought us the tickets, but for 2 of my friends and me. So
that's nice of him.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. He's a very nice guy. Nothing nefarious. He's just, I never even had sex with him. It was my friend who did.
I know. But you don't have to worry. I'm not judging you. I'm just a friend,
Okay.
You care about.
Pause it. Is this the $20,000? Is that who she's talking about? Or the prostitute thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this is just some guy she was seeing for a little bit.
Okay, because the fact that she said I didn't fuck her, my friend did. That was the story.
Oh,
she had
maybe
for the
you're
other
right.
thing.
Maybe I got it.
But I don't know. Okay.
He asks her a lot about relationships in season 2 and in season 1.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because he said he doesn't care, but then it turns out he cares a lot to the point where he had to tell her mom about it.
And you can hear, especially in season 2, he asks for details. He gives his input and and season 1 he did the same thing.
Shuli, they were just falling in love. Maybe you haven't been there before. These are just 2 kids falling in love.
Crazy you'll find crazy through a crowded room. I've always said it.
What about you too? I see you as a father figure, John.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just don't want you to go down a path that you're going to be embarrassed about, later.
I just picture her saying, I see you as a father figure, and John on the phone, holding the phone going,
yep. Oh, that he does not want to hear that. I love you like you're my brother. Okay, well, I'll never get laid. Great, nice talking to you.
I feel like I could talk to you about all the guys I fuck. Like, great.
All right,
great.
bye. Gotta go.
Just call me daddy.
I mean,
Yeah.
and who am I to say? I mean, I fucking bang like 300 women. I mean, it's so, but unfortunately in this country there's a double standard.
Well,
this might be my favorite picture that's popped up so far. This one, but hey, listen, sweetie, you're talking to a guy. I'm a coxman. 300
No one
broads.
told me there was going to be boasting.
What an asshole right there. I'll tell you about the centerfolds. I can't say who they are because they're still alive, but as soon as they die, I say it.
Oh, best. There's always a moment where you're just like, oh, this fucking guy.
This is not how you talk to women at all. It's just the worst.
Well, he's trying to come off as a contemporary guy. Like, I'm not going to slut shame you. Like, slut shaming's bullshit, blah, 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 this and that. And then she does the turn on him, and then all he does is slut shame her.
Correct. Yeah. He's also trying to work in how much of a stud he is and be braggadocious about that. And this is a turnoff for especially a woman who's 40 years younger than you.
Sure. 300 women. Ugh.
Well, you brought up a great point that I'm thinking in my head, like, what age range can you be in where this is how you would talk to a woman? And for me, there is no 20s. No, you wouldn't sit there and fucking brag about how many chicks you fuck to a chick.
He looks at this like, if when you're in your 20s and you say to your friend, last night I drank 30 beers.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to go, wow, that's fucking awesome, bro. That's awesome. In your 60s, if you go to your friend, I drank 30 beers last night, they'd go, you need help. Something wrong with you. We got to get you to a clinic. Same thing, but this, you're right. There's no real time when you can be like, I slept with like 1,000 women.
Yeah,
just to let you know what you're getting yourself into.
I'm really happy that he was found guilty, despite me going to his rally. I
was very upset with you.
His rally
for the rally.
Yes, I fucking tweeted that back to you.
I know.
You attended his rally.
I know. It might be the last time anybody sees him speak. That's not from a prison cell.
So how are you otherwise? How's Darren or Eight Finger?
Oh, Eight Finger's out of the picture. Colin is.
So he's like a chick now. He's like a girlfriend. So give me the hot goss on the latest guy.
How's your love life? What's going on? Yeah, just a girlfriend.
Does this one give it to you good or what? Tell me, sister.
Is now my new boyfriend.
Oh, Colin. I thought it was Darren for some reason.
No, it's Colin. Hey.
But let me hold on. Stop for a second. Let me tell you. But as a father figure, because again, he's not trying to fuck her, right? We all have that in our heads. He's like a father figure to her. As a father to my own daughter, I know the first thing I do when we hang out is go, so you fucking anybody? How's your love life? How's everything going?
How's the shopping business?
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to know. Why are you bringing sex to this conversation? It seems forced and it seems gross for a man so old to be talking about. I mean, she's got friends for this, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? That game. He's like that with sex, but it's like name that tune, but it's always sex. He's like, I can do it in one note. He's always like fucking. Yeah. I mean, he's
you could transition any conversation into who are you fucking and how big was their dick. Yes, amazing. You're at a Trump rally. So anyway, who you fucking these days? Colin or Eight Fingers?
And he's a political pundit. And he's talking about Trump. Let's get back to cock size.
It's going actually surprisingly very well.
And how old is Colin?
He's 35.
Oh, there you go. You're getting up in age.
Yeah.
So,
but not like too old.
So you tell it,
but not like too old.
Not like your age.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I got a shot?
You're halfway there. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Keep it going.
Not too old,
Higher, higher. It's like card sharks.
but like old enough.
Like me.
No. Okay, so John, I hear. So you're wearing a blue suit. So I'm gonna wear a blue dress.
Oh, this is wedding talk.
All right, the lady with the blue dress.
Yes, Monica Lewinsky, baby.
Yes, yes. Well, good. So I leave.
Oh, that was your
I
chance.
leave here on the 14th.
She gave you an opportunity there, John. You could have talked about decorating her dress.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, man.
I will. I'll get to it, but first me. Let me get to me first.
Hold on, I'll pick up a couple of cigars.
There you go. Right.
What do you? Does that dress come with knee pads?
And I think I'm gonna fly the cats out, so I don't have to deal with them.
Meowing.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly them to New York, and then they can stay.
That's free, right? Flying cats across the country. Oh, it's
Yeah.
not free. Never mind. I'll throw them in my car. Let them run around.
Crazy.
What an
I'll
idiot.
I'll fly the cats, but I'll drive out.
What an idiot.
Yeah, I'll just have somebody pick them up at baggage claim. No big deal.
My cats want first class. They don't settle for anything less. No business.
Doesn't like Delta have a buddy pet, like pets fly free or some shit?
And then and then I'll drive them to fucking Florida. You should come visit my house one of these days.
I am. I cannot wait for the wedding. Are you gonna be my dance partner all night long?
Yes, I am.
How are you a good dancer?
No, I'm not. But my ex-wife always thought I was, but I'm not. Let's just say I'm a comedic dancer, if you will.
Ugh.
A comedic dancer.
Fuck.
I think you're.
No wonder someone tried to punch him out at this wedding. Everyone hates a comedic dancer.
I've been told I remind people of a young Danny Kaye.
He's always performing this fuck.
Oh, God.
Can somebody go on his Wikipedia page and change what he is to comedic dancer? Let's get this going.
Comedic dancer. It's like he threw a dart at the board, and those are the two words you hit. It doesn't make any sense. Comedic dancer. What the fuck is that?
It's good. Yes.
Every time I dance, I just crush. I kill.
Let's just say I'm a comedic dancer, if you will.
If you will.
Comedic dancer. I think you're a comedian.
Yeah, so you will laugh when you see me dancing.
No. I
Somebody's knocking at your door.
Nobody's knocking at my door.
Oh, I thought I heard someone knocking.
No. Nobody's coming over.
I could probably come get you before the wedding.
Perfect.
You don't have to go to the church thing. Don't worry about
I'll go to the church thing. Well, but if
You mean the
you're
ceremony?
going, or
Yeah.
She's talking about the ceremony, the church thing. What an idiot.
You mean the wedding?
Yeah. Trust me, there's no place to do below that. Just come to the reception.
Am I invited to the church thing too? Yeah, we invited you to our wedding, John. Yes. You would +1.
I don't have to go to the church thing. I can just come for the ceremony.
No, the only reason is because they have it all fucked up. It's like the church is in the morning and then the wedding's at night.
Oh, okay. So you can meet me at night. And
the church thing is it's in
church
Russell Center, and then the wedding is in Brooklyn. So so I could just come get you and then pick you up and then
Okay.
just drive to the wedding.
I'm sorry. If I'm the idiot here, please let me know. So he thinks the reception is the wedding. Is that what I'm hearing? Because he's saying church thing and then wedding.
No, here's I'll break it down for you, John wise. Reception is where the booze is going to be.
Right. That's to him a wedding.
That's
you drink,
the
you
most-
dance, you do coke
Yeah.
in the bathroom. Right.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And, there's no point in you coming to show your respect to my family at the actual ceremony.
Right.
Just come to the reception where I can get you fucking liquored up and banged out and carry your lifeless body home with me.
But have you ever heard someone talk like this before? The wedding thing or the church thing? Well, the church thing's like earlier in the day, and then we go to the wedding afterwards. Like what? What?
Aren't I invited to the whole thing? I got to do this in sections?
Fucking idiot.
Oh, you're in the overflow. You're not in the main reception. When a spot opens, you'll get in.
But I get that. Listen, I'll give John that credit, though. I mean, if the ceremony's in the morning and the reception is at night, I don't know who the fuck would go to the wedding then or the reception. It seems like you don't put the reception like 7 hours after the wedding.
I get all of that. I've definitely skipped ceremonies before for people that I don't know as well. I'm just saying the terminology he's using. He sounds like adult.
Yeah,
that's my point. The church thing and the wedding, he's calling it.
Oh, that's perfect. So you're bringing your car here. So you're driving. So the road trip. Are you actually going to Hackamania? You're not going to Hackamania, are you?
No, I was never. See, all these idiots never got it right. I'm going to Vegas on the 14th, and did you see that Fatty Patty? He was all like tough guy. Oh, come by my house. Roll up. Oh, that's right. I gotta edit that together because I'm gonna do. Did you hear him singing? Roll up.
Roll up, Noga!
Yeah, well, he started saying that, so now I'm going to put it into the Beatles. Roll up, and I'll have him saying it. Roll up.
Did he ever do that?
No, that's on our list of things that never happened.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. He had it on his to-do list. I'm surprised he didn't get to that one.
Oh, you just reminded me of something else I'm never going to follow through on. Thanks, Kate.
It's actually not even that funny, and once I say it, you're going to be like, whatever.
Sorry, I had to wedge in shadow boxing. I couldn't.
Shadow boxing.
You're so good at editing videos, John.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm not. Look, I mean, anyway, but get back to. Thank you. But getting back to Fatty Patty.
He was flustered by that compliment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he's not going to fight me. He's going to shoot me. Did you hear this?
Oh, is this me?
Really?
No, this is Patty with his bean. He's got a beanbag gun.
Oh, that's right. He had a beanbag gun.
So if I show up at his house, he's going to shoot me. He said he's got like this beanbag. If I show up at his house, he's going to shoot me with a beanbag gun and break my ribs.
What?
No, he's confused. Patrick Melton is a giant beanbag. That's what he's saying.
I think he got invited to play cornhole, and he just got the whole thing wrong.
He's shaped like a beanbag chair. That's what he was saying.
All these guys are tough guys until they finally realize that I might just come to his house, which I probably will, and I'm going to come to his fucking house, and I'm going to just say, hey, let's come out to the street, you fat fuck.
Oh my God.
And then we'll see what he does. Because first of all, I'm going to the gym today, and I'm just gonna be fucking. These guys don't know, man. I might be old, but I'm not fucking. I'm not. I'm young at heart. Put it that way.
You are young at heart. I wonder where else you're young.
And trust me. And I'm younger than Jeremy Piven.
You are younger than Jeremy Piven, but
Again, circling back to guys she's been with, he can't stay off of this. It's all he's thinking about. Him and not me?
never that age again. Never that age again. Colin and I we're really having like the best time together. It's crazy.
Great. Well, that's good. That's good. So,
wait.
What are you laughing about?
No, just the great. That's good. That's what you want. Yeah. Oh, me, I'm so happy with my new boyfriend. Great.
Yeah. I'm gonna be with an older guy again. Right. Good. Okay. Cool. Great.
The Kennison bit where his girl was like, I'm so glad your dick isn't as big as my last.
Yeah, right.
It hurts so much. He goes, oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Kristen Carney doing?
I haven't spoken to her recently, but maybe we all do something when you come to New York.
Yeah, just tell her. I mean, just say it's harmless. We can go have dinner. It's just fucking chill out.
Harmless.
Have a few laughs.
Yeah. So right now he's hedging his bet. He's going, well, Kate most likely is not going to bang me. So if you could hook me up with Kristen Carney and put a good word in for me, that'd be great.
Right. But he's like, she's like, maybe we'll all hang out when you're up here. And he's like, yeah. Don't worry, no harm will come to you. Don't worry.
Right.
It's fine. You'll be fine. No, innocent stuff, I promise.
It's like Arrested Development when they go visit him in jail. No touching. He's just got his hands up.
You don't have to cover your drinks or anything. I promise. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
No pressure. I don't really care. It's all good to me. I mean, shit. It doesn't. I mean, I have a place to stay in New York. At my brother-in-law's. So
yeah,
he's got a huge place with a bunch of bedrooms. So he's on like.
Why did he stay there after the strip club?
Oh,
he's got a huge place with a bunch of bedrooms, and he went to a 1-bedroom apartment.
Well, not only that, but that's exactly where his brother-in-law went after the strip club.
Right. He could have gone with him.
And maybe one better for you, they left from that location together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he dropped off all of his shit there when he got in from the airport.
When he did go home, where do you think he went the next day? Where all his shit was.
Yeah.
And most likely his vehicle.
Fourth and first.
So that's Susanna's brother?
That's Susanna's brother, but he's adopted, so they don't have biological contact.
Oh, okay. So you guys are just
they don't have
what? What the fuck's he talking about?
Turns out their contact is airborne. It's not biological.
It's a biological contact.
Biological contact.
So they could totally fuck if they wanted to.
You ever see those videos where the stepbrothers and sister?
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
By the way, I'm assuming that Susanna and this brother-in-law don't get along or something?
They do not.
Her brother, yeah.
I mean, he has said that he feels the same way about Susanna as John does.
Okay. What does that have to do with being adopted?
He can't shut the faucet off. Once it starts, everything's coming out.
But you also have to remember this is according to John that they don't get along. So you'd have to take that with a grain of salt that maybe they do get along and they do have contact, but he doesn't get along with Susanna, so therefore Doug doesn't get along with her.
Right.
Their only contact is via Rolodex, from what I've heard. My new band name, Biological Contact.
just like tight.
But here's the thing, Kate. I had to call and get another lawyer now because the shitwayer is coping with me saying that he's faking all his views and his gifted memberships. And he decided to start calling me a criminal. So I just reported him to YouTube, but I'm also going to send him a cease and desist on Monday because you can't call me a criminal and I've never been arrested. And nor have I ever even gotten a DUI.
No, you haven't.
Bragger.
So, and I looked it up, and that's defamation. You are not allowed to do that. So, I'm going to say
I looked it up.
Yep.
I'd love to see this guy's search history. Oh, is the shitwayer doing things that are nefarious? Google.
I love it. He's like, so things are going to get real bad for him. All right, drunkie, get to work. Let's go. Fire up the legal machine. Let's go.
Hey, John, when you Googled that, did you put in that you're a public figure at any point? Did you remember to add that detail to it? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well, good luck, idiot.
This idiot had to send me 2 cease and desists because the first one was from L.A. and I'm in Alabama, so then he had to get a law firm out here to send me one.
It's just that when I'm in Florida, I'm going to drive out to Alabama, and I'm going to have a few words with her. I ain't taking this shit anymore, kid. I swear to God, I'm fucking over these bullies. Fucking all fucking
all right.
computer.
Question for you.
Yeah.
So we all know that John never came to Alabama.
No.
He threatened this on his show forever. He's talking to Kate Meanie about it, a private conversation about it. My question is, does John think he's going to do this? Why does he keep saying he's going to do something he's never going to do?
It's an interesting question. I mean,
right?
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, he's taking a lie that normally is for everyone, and he's doing it on a one-on-one basis. For
Right.
somebody.
It's one thing if he's on his show and he's going, I'm going to be in Atlantic City. I'll see you guys there, motherfuckers. We got some scores to set up. I'm going to go down to that beer hall, beat the shit out of It's like, okay, you can do that to try to get a reaction or whatever. But if you're like talking to your buddy later, you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to go to Atlantic City and go to this beer hall, and you're not going. What are you doing?
Right. Like a wrestler cuts a promo in the ring in front of the fans. He doesn't go to Denny's after the show and cut a promo to the waitress.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would defeat the purpose, and it'd be weird. You'd be like,
stop calling me Mean Gene. Anyway, did you want extra bacon or not?
Yeah. Why is this guy saying he's going to beat me in the Hell in the Cell match? I just wanted to get his order, you know?
Until I show up, then they're fucking cowards, you know?
You're a tough guy. So this is what people do. They hide behind a screen, John. And they say whatever they want, but it's not real life. It's not real life. But they don't realize that their words and their pranks and their
words and their pranks and their bombs and their
Johnny.
real effects on the lives of the humans they're harassing as well as their families.
And you hit it right on the head, because my kids don't want to be associated with any of this right now. They're like, we don't want any involvement in this, because apparently the Casey and all these guys are like emailing my kids now. They're harassing my kids.
Whoa. Casey Armstrong is emailing children? John's children? According to John?
Could you pick a sweeter guy in the Dabbleverse?
Yeah, what's he talking about?
I mean, Casey is this gentle giant that wouldn't hurt a fly, especially go after somebody's family. That's all
Also,
John.
Shuli.
Yeah?
Remember in another one of the calls when she says, did the kids have any idea about the Dabbleverse? He goes, no, because the trolls don't reach out to them. But now they're emailing them.
Correct.
Weird.
On tape.
Right. Not only are the trolls emailing them, but friends of John are emailing them. Like K-State.
Right.
Former coworkers.
Former coworkers, former acquaintances.
Yeah.
Them?
I heard Scott Salem just emailed his kids.
Rightfully so.
Hey, she, I'm talking to you.
Oh, your father's really pissing me off lately.
All of them?
Never bought me a car.
All right.
Yeah, and they started harassing my nephew, and it's really bad, Kate. Like they harassed my mother and my brother. And
Hold on, the nephew.
Mm-hmm.
The nephew was busy doing ops for him.
Correct.
Getting paid $20 a picture to goof on my family, and the only reason it became public, which we knew was him the whole time, we still never ratted him out or told anybody to do anything, is when this idiot doxed his email.
Right. One
of the million times he's done it. And the picture and the email and the name was right there.
And he's manipulating. This is what he does. When you use the word my kids and my nephew. Like the picture you get in your mind is like a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old kid. It's like all of these people are like adults. Some of them are middle-aged.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine it in that casino in Atlantic City when he's standing behind the female security guard and he said, that guy made fun of my college-aged adult child.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well.
They'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you, sir?
It's also, it sounds cool on a call to a girl when you're being braggadocious about going to kick people's asses. It's, I'm going to Shuli's place. You'll see. I'll go to Alabama. I got words with Shuli.
Right.
my friend Danny. I mean, these people are fucking animals,
Yeah, they're old animals. They're 60-year-old animals should be put to rest. Leave them alone.
What happened to his friend Danny? Did they ever find him?
Well, according to him, Danny was coming with him to Atlantic City. They had a long conversation about it. Like, this lies were so fucking wild for this Atlantic
He couldn't
City.
even communicate with Danny to meet up at the sales place.
No.
He never even texted Danny. Someone else was supposed to text Danny, and then he didn't know if he got back to him. What is this relationship anymore?
As far as I know, the last contact he had with Danny was his footprints that he saw in his backyard.
Right. Yeah, that's all. I don't know anything past that either.
Neither does John.
Is this guy okay?
He didn't bother to even check.
Oh, no.
And I said to Hitman Dan, I only saw one set of footprints, and he said, "That's what I was carrying you."
You know.
I can't. I'm sorry you're going through this.
Yeah, my poor son is going to Harvard, and he don't even want me to tweet it out or anything because he's afraid of these people.
Yeah.
Now that I find interesting. One, the shitty Seinfeld impression. Yes. Two, the fact that I think his son told him don't tweet out anything because John's involved in all this shit. It's not about people reaching out to John. It's John involving them in this shit, which he has done from day one. That's what it's about. That's why he got those instructions. And he still tweeted out pictures about it.
Yeah, and if your son comes to you and says, "I'm afraid of these people," who's never interacted with him and he doesn't know who any of these people are, that's you making your son afraid of these people.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No, yeah.
And it sucks for me because I'm very close with my son, and you know he's fucking scared shit, you know, and he's afraid they're gonna try and fuck up his Harvard gig, you know.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, I'll do that.
How can you fuck up his Harvard gig? What's he talking about?
It's nice to be here at Harvard. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, I got this. They're gonna bump you up to a junior when I'm done with this set. Don't worry.
One nighter in Princeton this weekend.
Why do I dislike Karl? He is funny. Good show. Nips. Thank you, James Q. Legend.
Could be.
Professor Suggin D's nuts in with $2. Thank you.
It's not a real name.
Sadly, there may have been time during high school that he could attract women, maybe. Like everything else, he's the last one to realize those days are gone. I don't think he realizes everything's gone. He will just never be honest about it. And that, my friend, is the only way this guy would make a killing in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah.
If he just came clean about everything, he just goes, "You're not going to believe that I had to throw out this litter, but look at this fucking litter box." You know, that's it. Now people are going to be like, dude, this guy is, as he likes to say, an open book. That's an open book.
Yeah, narcissism, the personality disorder that John has, is all about knowing what your actual worth is. I don't know if imposter syndrome maybe could be thrown around, where he knows he's not talented, he's not funny. He has to try to overcome that by doing the exact opposite and telling the world how funny he is and how talented he is over and over again, because he knows deep down that he's not.
You know, another fun little fact that I found out is that people are still being charged on his Patreon and YouTube.
Well, he might come back. He told people not to cancel because he might come back.
Well, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. This March 1st date that he keeps throwing out.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I heard an interesting theory. I think someone on my show brought this up, and I went, John, last time he left the Dabbleverse, YouTube demonetized his channel because he was gone for 8 months. So he's realized, I got to go on at least once a month and do a show to keep my monetization.
Oh, okay.
That's one theory. I don't know why it has to be March 1st. And but I'll give John credit for something. I haven't done this in a while, but I'll give him credit for something. Him saying, I'm going to do a show March 1st. No more shows this month, but I'll do one March 1st, and not explaining why or anything like that is actually kind of a brilliant move. It gets people talking. Like, whoa, what does that mean? Why is he doing that? What does that have to do with anything?
Which should tell you it was a total accident, because there's no way he came up with this.
Probably.
And he's like, here's how we're going to get them going. Here's how we're going to create a buzz.
I have a theory. It relates to your previous point. Do you think it could be so he's technically doing something for the members in Patreon? So he'll do a show on March 1st, put it behind his paywall, and then...
Oh, shit. Here's another idea. It could also be the agreement he has with VTM, because, he's doing a revenue share on his channel for 6 months or whatever the agreement was.
Right.
So as long as he makes some amount of money from YouTube, he can say, here's your 13 cents.
Right.
I gave you your percentage of the revenue from YouTube. Get out of my hair.
Could be. That could be a theory as well. Yeah, I don't know. The date is interesting. It's fishy to me, but also he's stupid and may not even realize that he's doing it. So it comes off like
Can
that.
we talk about his big? I appreciate we're playing this tape. It's great, but his big return to the Dabbleverse. He finally did a show on his channel on last Wednesday, and I was watching Blind Mike talk about it, the Blind Mike Project, and his take was the best take. It's like, this was the worst episode of the Stuttering John podcast ever. He had no energy. He didn't know what he was doing. It was aimless. It was pathetic. It was sad. Like, all the things. None of us think that John's talented, but we're all fascinated by him. We all enjoy his show for whatever reason we enjoy it for. And he put on such a stinker. Like, it wasn't even good bad.
Because it falls under this crazy delusion that he has that all I have to do is show up and people will super chat me. I don't even have to show my face. All they have to do is hear my voice and I'll make money. And it's not the case.
Well, he did think that he had this crazy gotcha. And so he couldn't sit on these tapes any longer. And I'm trying to figure out, does anyone know why Kate should be embarrassed about these recordings? Does anyone come up with a theory on that? Or
not only should she not be embarrassed, and I don't believe she is, but she sent me this call that she recorded from her end because she knew she was being recorded.
Well, that's the thing. When we first heard about this, I heard that, she talks all this shit about Shuli and she's drunk and it's going to be all this stuff. And I'm listening to it, I'm going, she's not drunk. She's saying that she trusts Shuli and likes Shuli. Like, I didn't hear anything that I thought I was going to hear in this.
And it's crazy because Rob listened an hour before the show and took copious notes. So I don't know where they went wrong.
He was taking copiates of something.
Oh, copiates. I got it wrong.
And I'll be honest, I haven't listened to everything that was on this phone call. I found it so dreadfully boring. I mean, it's my job to listen to this. And I was like, I can't. What's Chad saying? I had to get away from this. It's so bad.
You know what, Karl? And he kept on pushing the fact that this guy who was pranking her was a genius. This guy's so good. This guy's doing amazing. He's so funny. And you're like, no, he's not. He's doing a shitty job. First of all, right off the bat, she's like, this is not a real call.
I know it's going to be on Reddit and YouTube. So, all right, I'll tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yeah.
Like, that negated everything. Everything that's going to happen after that. And that's the first thing they played on Rob's show. And I went, oh, well, this is all a waste of time then. Kate knows she's being recorded.
And he's like, hey, Kate, this is a guy who's not law enforcement calling you. And that was like his cover. Like, he didn't specifically say who he was, but he was of some authoritarian figure of some sort. He was like reaching out to her to come up with, to question her about certain things, but he wasn't saying he was a cop. He wasn't saying he was a police officer, FBI, even a PI, I think.
Didn't he spoof his number to be like from the UK or something?
Yeah.
He was trying to say
I'm from the UK.
Right. And she's like, I think it's Kentucky. But okay, if you say so.
No, United Kingdom, not University, Kentucky.
Right.
No.
But and then John's interpretation of that call too. It's more embarrassing for John, where Kate's just being Kate. I don't know Kate. I've never met her. I don't know what she's like. I've heard these phone calls, and she's been on this show before. I've talked to her directly, I guess. But she just sounds like she's being Kate. And John's interpretation is, she's falling in love with this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that someone just communicating with someone in a friendly manner means they're falling in love? So this is why you thought she was falling in love with you?
Well, I guess when you have no friends to communicate with, the first one that comes along, it's like, this is my best, like little kids, right?
Yeah.
My daughter, my youngest was, she goes, this is my new best friend forever. And then 3 days later, we're not talking anymore. This is my new best friend forever. And
Well,
it's like,
so in the brief time that I was buddies with John when he came back to the Dabbleverse, and I know this happened to Cardiff, and it happened to Vinnie Paulino, where John is so used to people trying to get off the phone with him. Like, nobody wants to have a long conversation with John. It's annoying. You're like, okay, man, I got to go. I got shit going on. So it's always us telling John we got to go. So for him to hear Kate not do that or not do that with this guy, it's like, wow, they must be in love. This is crazy. I've never heard something like this before.
Nancram. Thank you, Nancram. Babies who get stuck in their anal stage, according to Freud, are poo obsessed, abstinate, and stingy. But who is the mental patient? I'm still paying first Patreon. Pancram needs to scram.
Oh, well, hey, first off, I want to say welcome to America when you become the 51st state. Looking forward to having you guys on board. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What took you so long? Get in here.
But that's a brilliant theory. I've always said John is trapped in a 6-year-old's brain.
Yep.
And the pooping thing, it's like, is there anything funnier to a 6-year-old than poop? There's not. That's the punchline. That's the setup and the punchline to every joke.
6-year-olds and open micers. It is the go-to.
Yes.
The go-to. Karl, have you met the Shuli Network chief private eye, Quinn Vickers? He's uncovering info on the dog diddler. Amazing show last night, Skull. Thank you.
I have to check that out.
Still holds true. Every accusation in every situation is an admission of guilt. How dare you do what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's in your opinion, but Stuttering John's motto is
the only reality is mine.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Titan. Tiger Lily, John has said many times that he booked a big guest that could only do it on March 1st. He's been saying it for months. Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that.
Yeah,
I talked about this last night.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Another weird thing about him coming back March 1st is that's the day of his second show at the Boca Black Box.
Oh. Right.
He's there Friday and Saturday, and he says he's doing this show Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, so maybe there's someone he's going to see there.
Right.
Who agreed to do it.
A comedian that he's going to bring on the show with him, possibly. My question to you is this. His financial situation is not good. It's not going to get any better because he's not on YouTube. He's not doing cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Over under, does he return before March 1st?
That's how over under works. But
well, I mean, okay, March 2nd. How about that?
Right.
Right? Over or under?
He held out in January, but then he had to do his show. That's tough. I'm gonna say we won't see him again until March 1st. I don't know.
I think he's coming in before. I think he'll be on before.
I mean,
he has been tweeting a lot.
Right. Yeah. Karl, you're right. Like that's the gateway drug, right? Mm-hmm. That's the thing where he's like, I can't type all this stuff. I'm just going to go on. Yeah.
He never left, guys. He never left. He's here. He's in one form or another, whether he's hiding in a little corner on the screen or if he's on his show or if he's on Rob's show, he's here. He's not, he's never left. And he's realizing Cameo didn't work out.
Yeah.
He canceled it because again, he just realized it was like his show, except way less money, and it was and he couldn't defend himself.
No,
it was
right.
Because that's what Cameo became. Cameo became him going, fuck the shitware.
Well,
fuck
and also
Carla.
You can't dox the person's email address on Cameo and send them that in their video or their address or whatever, So he's like, he took the trolling to a one-on-one level. And he can't handle one-on-one, much less a chat room busting his ass,
He thought he was going to be making so much money doing this Cameo. People were just going to reach out to him. His fans come out. And even if they weren't fans, he was still going to be getting them. He's still going to be grifting them out of $50 by getting that money. But of course, the cameos weren't enough. They were few and far between.
If this is a race for who is more fucked up, who wins this race, John or Rob Saul?
Okay, well, John has a problem with alcohol, and he drinks beer to excess every single day into the night. Rob, I think, has something else going on.
Self-tanner? That's what I've heard.
That's the news from Chad Zubak. Yeah.
Now I got brown streaks in the front of my underwear.
I got notes from a number of people who have experience with this after watching Rob nod off on his show. It seems like he probably has a serious problem that he needs to deal with. And the fact that he went on the next morning and had to do this show where he's just like, hey guys, just so you know, I was just drinking too much beer and I got up early and I was tired and that's why I was nodding off. Like, that's not how your body reacts to drinking beer and waking up early.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he really showed a new level this past week, nodding off on his own show.
This hasn't been the first time we've seen this.
No.
The last few shows that John was doing with Rob on Rob's channel, he would make it a habit to drift off, to kind of like start falling asleep by the end. So it is, but it no more showcase than last time, where he was literally up against the ropes, just leaning back.
Like, my theory is he gets fucked up like that because he hates doing this. He hates the feedback. He hates the hate for him. He hates having to go after fucking people, but this is what he's doing. This is what he's going to do.
KB knows it. A lot of people know it. Everybody who says that this is stupid, that all we do is cover John, that this is a grift, they all want a piece of the action.
Yeah.
Rob was looking for that little piece of action that he can get. He was trying to get it through Karl with emails.
Yeah.
He was trying to get it through Cumia.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. So John is his only fucking hope to keep it constant in this little Dabbleverse. Because in his mind, this is where it's at. This is like a money making, this is what he thinks is going to
easy money. Yep.
Successful. Right.
Brian just had an epiphany. What's fun to do when you're on blow? Talk. I bet Kate would do a little and see how far she could inflate Stuttering John's ego.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows who's doing what?
Yeah, who knows who's doing what? It was odd to me that John's one of his big getchas on this new phone call was that Kate was home alone on Saturday night watching the Uncle Rico show.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, but isn't that a good thing if you were like concerned about her being a coke whore?
Right. Or if she was a slut.
How is that? Yeah, how is that a bad thing? It seems like a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, call her a loser, if anything.
You're right.
Not a whore. I leveled up to tier 2 yesterday, says Chris Martin. Can I get a "Oh Hey Beautiful Man" meat drop dedicated to my husband John, a different, much better John?
Oh, hey, beautiful man meat.
There you go, John. Thank you. Your wife loves you.
Or husband.
It's a good point.
Chris Martin.
It's a good point. All right. Yeah, I think that was the last thing on my list.
I have something I wanted to talk about.
Go ahead.
I heard you guys play this on Uncle Rico the other night, and I don't know if anyone commented on it, but one of the most damning things from this phone call that John's playing on his show with Kate Meanie talking to whoever this guy is she tells the guy, yeah, I got phone calls from people pretending to be from the FBI to try to spook me and get me freaked out. And I know it was Dabble and Dan, or, she throws out a couple names of John's acquaintances that would do this. So, and this is definitely John's MO.
Sure.
Is that he would get one of his buddies from the pub or his brother-in-law, whoever, to make these phone calls, try to intimidate people, just like he tried to get our DabbleCon 2 shut down with the phone call to the comedy club. And so what Kate is describing, and John is playing on his show for all of us to hear, is that John tried to intimidate Kate through getting one of his friends to pretend to be an FBI agent, which is probably the only illegal thing that's ever been done with all of these conversations.
You're 100% correct. It's so funny. He's running to the FBI to turn himself in.
Yeah,
literally.
The only person who actually broke the law was John Melendez, telling someone to call a person and say they're in the FBI.
They walk back in. They go, "You're right, John. A crime was committed. I knew it. Yeah, it was by you, you fucking idiot."
Right. So I just thought that was wild. Like the fact that John was playing these tapes, you could barely hear them. But when you did hear them, you went, "Oh, this looks bad for you, John. Are you not picking up on this? Are you that stupid?"
Yeah, he is that stupid because, this is the guy who Kate FaceTime with 5 of her girlfriends around her, and he's like, "Skull!" and they're all laughing at him, and he's going, "I killed. They loved me. They loved me."
Because in John's mind, he's righteous retribution. This prank call is him getting vindicated for all the bullshit that Kate did to him. But what he's not realizing is he's fucking it up for himself. He's making himself look totally bad and criminalizing himself.
Yeah.
Incriminating, excuse me.
Well, and that's the other thing. That's the other cognitive dissonance that has to be going on when you're watching this stuff, where John goes, "I knew she was recording me. That's why I said all this stuff, was because I knew she was recording me. But also I'm so angry that she recorded me and that these tapes have gotten out." It's like, well, it can't be both. you're either you were playing her the whole time and that's why you said all this crazy shit, or you didn't know that and you got played and you're pissed about it. And my favorite part about all of this is that, the question comes up, John, aren't you doing the exact thing you said was illegal and you went to the FBI with while you're playing this private conversation that was recorded without this person's permission? And John goes, no, it's okay because I'm doing it for revenge.
They drew first, record.
Yeah. I mean, does he think that's how the law works? It's like, well, as long as they wronged you first. Yeah, you could definitely go and wrong them. Yeah.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
And then season 1, it was the same MO. This is AI. I'm going to the FBI and I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, which
this
is
real.
Yep.
Right. But I've filed 3 reports in the wrong division. Yeah.
But breaking it down even more than that, when he was on that show with Clay on New Year's, when he found out that she was taping him again, his reaction was, I don't care. It's fine. I knew she was taping me. And then cut to a few weeks later or a month later, I got revenge tapes on her.
Right.
I got her now. This is how I get my. And he was just so angry.
Yeah.
And so mad. But it's so predictable. We all know. We all know that you knew that. You all know that you didn't know that she was taping you again.
Again, to circle back to him embracing the failure. If he were to come on and go, you know what? I got nobody to blame but myself. I'm a fucking idiot for reaching back out to her. And what did I expect? I'm so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He'd make $500 in about an hour just from saying that. Just from stepping up.
He can't do it. He could have ended the Dabbleverse years ago.
Yes.
By doing that. He can't do it.
I've always said, you want to beat everybody? That's how you do it. That's how you do it,
Oh, you think I'm retarded? I think I'm even more retarded than you think I am.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, then moving on. Fine.
Hold my ice cream. Watch this.
Again, in the beginning of the Dabbleverse, if John came up to you guys and said, "This is great, guys.
Yeah,
we're gonna make so much money. Let's keep this shit going. Let's keep it going. I'll react. You keep doing it. I'll react, and you react." But instead, he can't do it. He can't get his mind around it. Like he can't get his mind around comedy.
Again, we tried at the very beginning. We'd be like, John, just come on. We'll bust your balls. You bust our balls. It'll be old school fucking radio shit. Come get a part of this. Come be a part of this. Strikes our channel. that was the response to the negotiation.
He even had a picture of Grant that he posted. Remember that picture?
Yep.
Who?
Why do you have it?
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah.
That is not my brother. That is not Grant. It's obviously Shuli. We all know that's Shuli. Stop it.
It was a different time.
Understood. John's getting real political lately too with his tweets. At least the ones that I get to see, and then they post them on Dabblers Anonymous. So he's calling out Trump and all the horrible things Trump is doing. And I love John's level of political knowledge. He really is, he's much smarter than me when it comes to politics. I'm no pundit. But he said on here, he goes, he's been on vacation 3 times in 3 weeks of his term. What say you? I'll wait. Now, is anyone complaining about Trump being lazy? No. And in his second term as the U.S. president, is that the feedback we're getting from the Debs? It's just like, man, he's not doing anything. What an idiot. Was he on the golf course all day? I didn't even see him make any news today.
Yeah, that's like, who did I see? That Elizabeth Warren. She's like, she goes, grocery prices are still not lowered. It's like, the guy's been here 2 weeks. What the fuck? What do you think?
But he's done more shit. Like they scramble. They can't even cover the news because he's already done something else that they can't stand after he did the other thing. Like, fuck, what are we talking about?
We're putting an Epcot in Gaza. Like, shit's happening. Shit's happening at a fast rate right now.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's crazy.
Trump creates car powered by trans tears. It's great. I fucking love this guy.
KFT, anyone is better than stupid Karl. Oh, hey, Karl.
Oh, hey, KFT.
He's all right.
The other thing I wanted to point out, John was working for that ad agency and writing the commercial, Super Bowl commercial for Coors.
I missed it.
It was great. It was the sloths.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for sloths. I think they're very funny. But so that commercial came out, and the guy throws the sloth the beer, and he can't get his hand up in time, and it smashes behind him. And I was like, holy shit, if John would have played, followed through with that lie, I'd be like, well, that's props to you. That's pretty good shit.
I'd be like, wow, I kind of, sort of, still don't believe him. But that's a good pick. That would have been something. And it requires this much work, this much effort. Too much for John.
No, couldn't do it.
Yeah. Rob Saul was my motivation for the sloths. You know that?
John loves to bring up the third input question to women on his podcast, but then tries to slut shame Kate Meanie about doing that very thing. Talk about hypocrisy. Yeah. Right. Hey, she didn't do it with him, so that's fair game. And I got news for you. Even if she did, he'd still treat her like shit and shit talk her and shame her for it.
And it was funny when Howard did the third input joke, not John.
Yeah. There's a reason why Howard doesn't have chicks ride the Sibian anymore, John. It's because he's 70, and it's fucking creepy.
It was also more interesting before every girl did third input. Right. I mean, society has changed.
Right. Oh, so tell me, do you blink? Wow.
Right.
John has illegally recorded every delivery driver.
That's true. Did not get permission.
Great, Vince. Just pushed him off my porch. It's one of my favorite trucks.
That's another thing. He's been threatening a lot more openly since he's been away. He's been really, he hasn't even been sugarcoating it within the ring, or I'm going to go talk. It's more like, I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to go out there. We're going to have it out. We're going to go.
Right.
And you're like, well, it's okay to threaten people now all of a sudden?
Yeah. Hey, this is the South, dog. We're miles beyond beanbags over here.
Karl too in Rochester.
Yeah,
He's gonna kick Karl's ass. He's gonna kick Chad's ass in AC.
Yeah.
He's gonna kick Kevin's ass.
Yeah.
Unless you go to his house, then he has to call the police immediately.
Right. And good luck getting past the Kia boys to get your hands on Karl.
Right.
Yeah.
Scotch tape. No.
Anything else on your list there, Karl, that you wanted to get to?
No, that pretty much sums it up. What a horrible return to the Dabbleverse for John, and just embarrassed himself. Just showed up unprepared and drunk. No energy.
Can't wait for the continuation of that.
Yep.
I'm saying he's back before March 1st, and we'll see. We'll see. What can we promote there for the 1,500 plus in here? Thank you, everybody. Go ahead, Karl.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I'll be live on our channel 5:30 on Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time with the great Adam Bush, and we'll be doing a brand new episode of Who Are These Podcasts, getting caught up on the Dabbleverse and everything that's been going on. I'll probably talk about Theo Vaughn had Antonio Brown on his show.
Oh, that's
that sounded like a real shit show. So we'll probably be talking about that. Also, patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts. You want to support the show? We appreciate that. We do 2 bonus episodes every month. And I think tomorrow we're going to do another edition of Living in the Past with Stuttering John. It's where we go back. Yeah, thank you. It's where we go back and listen to John's podcast in 2018 when we first discovered him and before the Dabbleverse existed. And we've just gotten to the episode where he makes the prank call with Donald Trump.
And can I just say, so much more energy in John.
Oh, it's so different. Yeah, he's got Royce there as his co-host and producer. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And I just found out new news. I played on WATS about how Royce had already figured out how to get through to Trump before he made that call that got John in touch with them. So Royce had already figured all of this out, and that's why Royce was really pushing. You're going to hear it on the show. Royce was really pushing, like, hey, let's try to call Trump now. Let's try to call Trump. John takes full credit for it.
Of course.
It was all Royce.
If he had to admit it was a failure, because he's in total denial, but if he had to admit it was a failure, then it's Royce's idea. Then it's all Royce's handiwork.
And it was a failure. It was the worst prank call anyone's ever heard.
You know it's bad when the guy says, no, the really funny stuff was when we didn't record. You should have heard that.
Yeah. No, the funny part was the fact that I got him on the phone. Like, no, that's where the funny's supposed to begin, actually, dummy.
Right. The guy got a bill signed by the time he was off.
You're right.
What a prank.
Good one.
Prank. Yeah.
Hello, President Bush, please.
The guy got Trump to build a park. Wow, you really got him.
Listen, The guy needed to do an accent to do a prank call. How about this? How about you start out with just trying to prank the guy with good material first before you start pushing into accents that you can't fucking. Hello, governor. This is. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Pocky's a homophobe. Also, just do it. Thank you, KFT. My favorite guys. I still despise that mini gherkin joke. Thanks for always letting me vent. You got it, Paula. Count Connor. Christian shared a pic of me with John's Giants hat on WATV. My mom bought it for me, not realizing how ugly it was. I've never worn it outdoors.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got the exact same hat as John, but with a lot less jizz on it.
Yeah. Big
Oh,
Daddy,
you have it. Yeah.
Big Daddy Dodo sent me the hat, and I put it on once, and this fucking thing moved, and I haven't put it back on since.
He's got spooked you a little bit.
I think he sent over some fucking Mexican voodoo from.
It's like Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah. So, but listen, thank you everybody for tuning in. On your way out, feel free to hit like, hit subscribe if you're not. Member up. Tonight we're doing a free Blunder Years for you at 8:00. John being told to abort his kid. We'll be listening to that. Normally, Blunder Years is a tier 1 bonus show. We do it twice a week. You get a tier 2 bonus show. It's 3 bonus shows a week. Get yourself a membership. Everybody's doing it. You guys are awesome. Shout out to the boys in the back. Thank you, Karl. Thank you, Zenny. We'll see you guys tonight at 8. Bye, everybody.
Point, Dabble, point.